My name's Kesteven, and I've been lucky enough to be a professional bike tester for the past 20 years. And this series is about the best bikes in the world. And today, that means I'm riding the Merida E-OneSixty 900E. And that's a lot of E's, because there's a lot of electronics going on here. So let's see how it rides on the beautiful trails of Oakley Moor on an absolutely fantastic day. So what is it that makes the Merida E-OneSixty 900E one of the best bikes in the world right now? I mean, Merida are one of the world's biggest frame manufacturers, but they've really sorted out the frame construction here. The Shimano Steps motor sits right inside that forged section down there, and it absolutely minimises the distance between the back of the motor. I mean, Shimano's a short motor anyway, but it absolutely minimises the distance between the back of the motor and the chainstay. So you can actually have a really short, that's a 440mm back end. It's a simple swing arm system with a chain, you know, the pivots on the seat stay, not the chainstay. So it's basically doing an arc rather than a complex 4-bar linkage, but that doesn't really matter because it's very neatly sorted out by that forged rocker up there, and Fox Factory Float X2 shock on the back, and a Fox 36 Factory RC2 fork on the front. That's the full-on Racers low and high speed compression adjustable fork. The battery sits in a fairly low place on the down tube. They haven't underslung it or anything, so it's a little higher in the centre of gravity than ideal. But the actual the geometry of the bike is impressively on point. And a lot of e-bikes seem to suffer from having the frame set having been designed like 2 or 3 years ago. But Merida's is bang up to date. That's a 460mm reach on this large. It's a 66.5 degree head angle and a 75 degree seat angle. That's proper enduro numbers. 1230 wheelbase. I mean, this thing is long, it's stable, and it's very, very secure and sure-footed on the trail. Even at the enormous speeds it goes, it's very easy to get up to on it. The tyres are Maxxis Minion DHR2 in a 27.5 2.8. Triple compound 3C with the Max Terra compound front and rear. That is a lot of grip, but it's also a lot of toughness and a lot of survivability. And they've mounted them on our favourite DT Swiss XM1500 1X rims. It's a proper Shimano crank, proper Shimano Holotech crank on there, which will take a beating. It's a 34 tooth ring with a narrow wide chainring profile, and this one's got a chain guide on top just to keep it nice and secure, because you can occasionally lose a chain off a conventional Shimano chainring. And Merida have gone full hog on the electrifying of this bike as well. It's not just electrically powered, it's also got a full electric Di2 shift system on there. And because you've got Di2 controlling the gears and you've got a Di2 shifter controlling the motor modes, you've got really good synchronicity in terms of controls. You've got the shifter there, and then you've got the mode changing levers on the side there. You've got Eco, Trail and Boost, which you can toggle through. Merida haven't skimped on the brakes either. That's the full-on Shimano Saint downhill brake. Combined with their Ice Tech freezer rotors, which have these fins on them for maximum cooling, and it's a 200mm size. And again, fins on the brake pads as well. And we've done dyno tests on these brakes, and they are properly powerful, and that really does make a significant difference in how well they shed heat when you're hauling down a massive hill on what is a substantial amount of bike. And if you look around the back here, you can see even more clearly how neat that motor is around the back. And what you can't see is the fact that the cranks actually are free driven in terms of, so if the battery dies or you just switch the motor off, those cranks are pedaling unimpeded. You're just having to cope with the weight of the bike. You're not also having to turn the motor around. And that's a very good thing in my book. And alongside this really neat little Shimano OLED system, which leaves you free, you know, to mount your lights where you want them, you've also got that tiny little 40mm stem. I mean, that's spot on for this bike. Unfortunately, they haven't followed up that wisdom with the bar. 760mm bar is a little too narrow considering the geometry and how capable this bike could be, and it's not a great shape. So, to be honest, you know, this is an honest review after all. That's the bit we'd change on this bike. Get rid of the bar straight away. Grips are fine though. As you can see, really soft compounds. They wear out quick, but you're not short of any traction in your hands. Just like you're not short of any traction with those monster tyres. I mean, you can climb up to the top of a moor without breaking a sweat on most e-bikes. But where the Merida really stands out is when you get over the top and start heading down on rowdy terrain like this. In those big 2.8 Maxxis tyres, make really short work of rocky sections like this. Loads of traction, loads of rollover, Just super smooth control. And the Fox 36 fork, Float X2 rear shock, then boom, through we go. Just such a great trail connection. And then you've got the shape of it. When things get proper dicey, like down here, it's a properly long bike. It's got the stability to really let it run. On proper downhill tracks like this, 640mm reach, short back end to flick it around when you need to, 66.5 degree head angle, 160mm travel either end. It's a proper enduro bike with a proper enduro shape. I mean, do I feel guilty? Maybe a little bit. Alright mate. But you still get a proper workout on one of these, because you're getting so many runs and there's a lot of bike to move about, however well balanced this is. But this just makes sessioning and exploring so much easier. What a day, what a more. And this gives you more. Gives you more distance, gives you more time, more opportunity to look about, find all the really good stuff that you may be too knackered to explore normally. Shimano Steps motor is just really easy to work with from a rider perspective. It's a bit snatchy in boost for sure, but keep it in trail and it's really intuitive the way it picks up power. Hopefully it is, and I'll get through this. On rocky sections like this, techie climbs, it's got a very broad bandwidth in terms of cadence or torque. You don't need to be in a very narrow bracket to get the motor assistance you want. Shimano have thought this through from a rider point of view, and that's a big old difference compared to a lot of the first generation motor systems. And it doesn't matter when a trail you've never ridden before drops you into the middle of nowhere like that one did, because you just slap it into low gear and winch yourself back out of it. So you've got a fork that whenever I do a group test always gets the vote. It's the proper racer's choice. Then you got a suspension unit at the back that's proper World Cup enduro proven. One of the most tunable, most sophisticated and controlled shock dampers you can put on a bike. And you got a bike the right shape, so even when you're hitting rowdy stuff unseen and chasing grouse like I am now, just the control is fantastic. 40mm stem, so even though the weight distribution is a little high, that battery's a little high in the mix, it can still get its ear over when things get steep or rutted or burmy, as I think I'm about to get right now. Oh yes, Merida, you really have put a hell of a package together here, and so has whoever on Ultimore, the MTB riders who built this trail. This is a beauty, and I wouldn't have bothered coming back up and finding this had it not been for the motor and the battery, because it's been a fair old day already. But I would not miss this for the world. What a trail, what a bike, what a great way to showcase it. E-bikes of the future, I have absolutely no complaints. And having a proper crank to work in, not just some flexy hybrid thing like you do on a lot of e-bikes, means that when it gets trialsy like that, you've got loads of really good, accurate feedback to work with. And if you add plus tyres into the mix, climbs that will be absolute murder on a conventional bike, and don't worry, I tried this earlier and it was, and suddenly easy talky, easy breathy, easy peasy on the easy Merida. So it's a bike that'll get you to the top of the world, then you let you drop off it like you're a world champion, and that is why this has to be one of the best bikes in the world right now. What a ride I've had, thanks to this beauty, Merida E-OneSixty 900E. Well done, Merida people, very well done. You've set the benchmark, you've set it very high.